Greetings everybody and welcome back to Ingenarius Cuborum, my Let's Play of Minecraft featuring the Feed the Beast Ultimate Pack and, to a lesser extent, Flans mod. This episode I have a new auxiliary base that I'm going to get started on. But I need some materials to do that. I need to go ahead and grab myself some tin. I just happen to have 7 of that type of tin, which is good. I might as well use it up. Alright. And then as far as... No, I can't use that, can I? Let me think. Yeah, so I need 21 copper. And as far as Icorium goes, I think 16. I'll go 32. And just see how many of the things I'm going to make with that Icorium I can make. Alright, make my way over here. I've made a minor adjustment to this system over here. I've still got the furnace, which I'm going to go ahead and throw the Icorium in. I've gone ahead and thrown my pulverizer over here, just because at the present time, the pulverizer is a little bit faster than my macerator. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw my tin and copper into the induction smelter. It's working quite quickly, mostly because off camera I added an extra 4 magmatic engines. So now I've got a total of 8 of those magmatic engines. I've also got now 4 of these redstone energy cells. I'm actually going to go ahead and grab 2, I think. Throw one of my... Actually, I'll go ahead and throw the nickel dust in there. See, the Icorium is going to take a little bit longer to finish smelting. The bronze is done. So I can actually go ahead and make what I'm going to make with the bronze real quick. Go ahead and grab myself 2 glass to finish this off. Now, from the bronze, I need to make myself this sturdy casing. And then with the sturdy casing in the center, 2 columns of bronze on the sides, and glass on the top and bottom, that gives me a carpenter. And while I'm at it, 6 liquid ducts, okay? That's not going to be enough. So grab myself another 16 copper. And another 8 hardened glass. Then go ahead and craft that into liquid ducts. There we go. Excellent. Now I have my second redstone energy cell. And I'm actually going to go ahead and use it to power up another quarry. That's the other big thing I did off camera. I basically just kept these quarries running. Quarry number 1 was here, and that finished up. Quarry number 2 is here. That finished up. And now I have to turn on my jetpack to get out of this hole. On a related note, I love this power armor. Number 3 is over here. And that's down to bedrock, so now I'm on to number 4, which is a 64 by 64 monolith. And there's actually one other thing that I did with this one, just to avoid completely overwhelming my storage system. And that is this diamond pipe, which I set up to send cobblestone down the yellow line. Now the only way items can go into this pipe is through this red line here, so it'll go either to yellow or blue. It's set up so that cobblestone goes to the yellow line, and everything else goes down the blue line. The blue line sends items into the ender chest, and thus into the auto-sorting system. The yellow line sends it into this pipe here, which is a void pipe, which basically just completely destroys it, because, frankly, I'm probably never going to run out of cobblestone. And as you can see, the cobblestone is all getting destroyed. It's not going somewhere, it's just getting obliterated from the game altogether. And that's fine, that's actually exactly what I want. But I'm done here in the quarry for the time being. So allow me to make my way back to the overworld. Real quick here. Make my way over to my materials processing area. My zirconium should be done smelting at this point, I think. Oh yeah, there's my zirconium. Excellent. I think the nickel's done as well. So I can go ahead and put one stack of iron dust in one furnace and the other stack in the other furnace. Go ahead and put the nickel in the system. Run all the way over here. Now, let me think. Go ahead and grab myself 8 redstone. Then redstone in the middle. I think it's zirconium on the sides. And then, I don't want that much stone brick, do I? Is the stone brick in the corners? Yeah, I think I got that mixed up again, didn't I? Yeah. Zircordite in the corners, stone bricks on the edges. Okay. There we go. Alright, now let's see. I have one crafting table. So I need to craft 7 more. And this is actually one of the things I'm working towards is wood. Because that's one thing I don't yet have automated, is wood. And I would kind of like to automate it. Alright. Now, let's see here. Grab myself 8 iron ingots. Double check the recipe again. It is smooth stone, so I want 24 smooth stone. So let's see. Iron ingot on the top. Crafting bench in the middle. Engineering brick in the corners. And smooth stone to fill out the rest of it. And that gives me this fabricator. And I'll give you more of a demonstration of what the fabricator does once I'm ready to start using it. Let me think. Do I just want that red rock then? Yeah, well, I'm gonna need more in the red rock though, aren't I? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I am. Ooh, I probably shouldn't have actually made all those in the fabricator, should I? Ooh, that might have been stupid. Ah, well. Anyway, let's see. Iron bars. Okay. So, XY. So let's go ahead and get myself 16 of that dark zirconium. I may have to take the iron dust out of one of my furnaces. And the sad fact is that at the moment, the way I'm set up right now, the powered furnace from thermal expansion is the faster of the two engines. It's faster of the two furnaces, sorry. And yes, you did see stuff flitting in and out of the ender pouch. That's just a function of the quarry still being running. Even outputting at 100 MJ per, I think it's 100 MJ, yeah, it's 100 MJ per tick. At least I think it's outputting at 100 MJ per tick. It takes a good, more than a minute to dump it all out into the quarry. So yeah, let's see here. About half done, a little over half done. Let's see. What else do I have going here? Nothing really. How about in these machines? Selector, compressor. I got some in the recycler. Probably take care of that later. Yeah, I'll leave that there for the time. Actually, no I won't. I'll just go ahead and put that iron dust in there. Take that out. Yeah, that works. Alright, there's my zircordite. So now back over to my storage area. And remind me to recharge this armor before I get going. Let's see, 4 redstone. There we go. And there we go. Yeah. 4 buckets. So go ahead and put the buckets and the iron bars in there. I think it was stone brick on the sides. I think. Watch me have done this wrong again. Nope. I actually got it right this time. Dark engineering brick. And then go ahead and put the iron bars in there, the bucket in the middle. Alright, I have no problem admitting that that's probably more buckets than I'll ever actually use. Okay. Now I have to pick a good material for this. Actually, I might as well go ahead and charge this up. It shouldn't be too big a deal. Probably going to take me longer to get there than it will to charge it. Well, no, but let's see. The head's good. So the torso needs work. See, the head's at full power. So are the legs. So I want to go ahead and bring the torso up. And now I want to get the feet. For whatever reason, it always pulls first from the feet when they're on. I'm not 100% sure why, but hey. Alright. Ooh. Oh. Because I forgot to put the feet on. Ah. Yes, I forgot about that part. Alright. Gonna go ahead and make my way downstairs to what was, at the very start of the series, my lava storage area. Nowadays, all it does is make smooth stone. And I honestly don't know how much smooth stone or material I'm actually going to need for what I'm thinking of. But I'm actually going to go ahead and grab myself 12 stacks. That looks good. And then I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I'll turn 4 stacks into stone bricks. And then I also want some glass windows. Maybe a glass viewer, I'm not sure. Alright, well, let's go ahead and make my way back up. Yes, I do have a jetpack. I found that the elevator isn't necessarily any faster or slower than the jetpack in its current configuration. I'm actually okay with how I've got the jetpack configured. At any rate, let's see. What do I have for... Ooh. Sand. How about I grab 2 stacks of sand. I'm gonna have to smelt it up, aren't I? Yeah, simply because I'm running a bit low on glass. Now, thankfully, that's pretty quick. And actually, while I'm at it, what I can do, since both of these are done filling up anyway, I might as well go ahead and use them on the quarry. I'm going to need 1 for this episode's main project, but the rest I can use on the quarry. Of course, this one isn't out yet, is it? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright. Check to make sure that that's... Ooh, that's only outputting at 50 MJ per tick. So I'm going to reset that to 100. It should deplete the last of its power pretty quickly. In the meantime, I can just roam around here. Now, I'm pretty sure I wrote this to be as stable as I could get it, but you'll notice that it is eternal night. That's about the only thing negative I can say about this world, is that it's always night in my mining gauge. And frankly, I don't mind it constantly being nighttime in a mining gauge all that much. In the meantime, there we go. Now that's out. So now I can go ahead and put that redstone energy cell there. I still have 1 full energy cell in my hand. In the meantime, I can see how far this has gone down. Maybe a quarter of the way, if I had to guess. Go ahead and just use my jetpack to get out of there real quick. Back to the spawn point for this world. I got a lot of crazy ideas for the future, but most of them are kind of on hold at the moment. I'm just kind of in the process of getting resources, getting things set up. Wow. In the meantime, that's done processing. So I'll go ahead and put that in there, I guess. You know what? It just occurred to me, this area is chunk loaded, isn't it? So I think what I'm going to do, jetpack back up there. Yet another reason why my jetpack rocks. Go ahead and grab the glass I've got in there. Quarry must have given me an awful lot of quartz. I've got close to 2 stacks of both crystals and dust. Alright. Wait a minute, I didn't want to grab my glass, I wanted to grab sand. Need to remember it's the escape key to get out of that interface. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up each of these with more sand just to top them off. There we go. I've got exactly a stack of glass, which is nice. And now I get on board my plane, which I've actually parked here on the taxiway simply because I didn't want to taxi it all the way into the official parking space. And you can tell I've made a few flights by just how cockeyed the plane is. Sorry, just needed some water there. Alright. So now I'm going to go ahead and take off. Now that's Mediolana, but that's not where I'm going. You'll notice that, for those of you that have watched my past episodes that have seen me fly to Mediolana, you know that I usually take runway 36. I'm taking off from runway 18. And I actually have a third runway that I've built. You can actually see the waypoint for it up ahead here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gain up some speed. And then I'm just going to launch myself off to the end of the runway Flugtag style. Why? Because like the runway at Mediolanum, the new runway is quite a bit lower than the runway at Byzantium. You can also already see the name for this new auxiliary base, Carthago. I think I might be descending too slowly. So let's hasten the descent. I want to level off at about 100 for the trip to Carthago. Alright, am I level? No, I'm climbing slightly. Okay. Now make my way over to the right. And then back to the left. And I should be roughly in line with the runway, I think. Let me descend slightly. I think that's it. I'm actually slightly to the left. And here goes. And there we go. And I've only built the runway here at Carthago. I have not actually built any taxiways yet. I haven't actually done all the ground clearing that would be required for me to be able to use the taxiways. Alright, turn the plane around so that I'm ready to take off from 3-6 back towards Byzantium. And my rough plan for Carthago, and this is kind of medium to long term, is basically to use the entirety of this mountain ridge biome. And it's a pretty good sized biome. I'm going to make one thing clear. It's a pretty good sized biome. It's also got a fair bit of hills. And actually, after analyzing the whole situation, analyzing the hills, that pretty much forced me to put the runway in Carthago. And I did have other places to put the runway, but really this was by far the best place to put it. I mean, it wasn't too bad to actually build this runway. In terms of arranging the terrain and whatnot, I mean, it is a little high on this side. I actually did have to clear a little bit away in this vicinity over here, but it wasn't too bad, and it puts me at such a height that if I were to take off this way, I mean, because basically that road there marks the straight flight plan off of the runway. That's also going to be the main boulevard for Carthago, and I have another type of vehicle that I'm planning on using in Carthago, but not yet. I've got quite a bit more setup to do before I can do that. But yeah. Alright. So, at any rate, off camera I also went ahead and built these two structures right here. And I'm going to go ahead and put myself some red rock down there. And then down here as well. There we go. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and lay down conduits here. And then I'm going to lay them underneath here, between the two buildings. And then just go ahead and lift this up one block here, so that I can line it up here. In case you're wondering, the idea is that I'm going to have machinery, like, for example, my carpenter in here, while my power generation goes in here. Now, I have ideas for power generation for the future, but at the moment, my power generation is basically going to consist of a redstone energy cell. Alright, as you can see, it's not drawing any power. The carpenter is not drawing any power because I have no recipe. And I'm going to have to take another flight back to Byzantium, but before I do that, let me think. I know I've got a little bit of site clearing I have to do. Although, would I be better served? Yeah, I think I would be better served carpenter over there. And I actually think I have to mine out that block. Yeah, that block would be a good one to mine out. Alright. Now, let me think. I want to leave a 2 wide gap, so really let's start this here. And I've got some ground clearing that I should have done off camera but did not. So, and unfortunately it looks like I've got quite a bit of it to do. So, I shall return once I've cleared out the ground. Alright. Well, I've got my site pretty much cleared out at this point. Okay, I got one more area I could do, but I think before I do that, I want to check to see where this is, because I'm going to need liquiducts here. Alright, let's go ahead and remove those 2 liquiducts. Alright, let me think. Yeah, let me just double check that. I should probably make sure it goes straight out from here. Alright. There we go. Okay. So it looks like that's where I need my first liquiduct. Or not my first. Yeah, that is the first liquiduct. And unfortunately, I didn't bring a redstone torch with me. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up just a little bit. Go ahead and replace some of that with stone. See, that should be replaced with red rock. I'm okay with that being red rock. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and put a valve here, just because that's where that's going to go. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up stone brick as a sort of outer framing of this. And what I'm planning on doing here is building this up to the max size, which is 12 by 12 by 12. That's quite a big tank. I honestly can't be sure whether or not I'll need a tank of that size. I may or may not. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So just complete this frame real quick here. Alright. Yeah. There we go. Alright. So let's see if I can make that, yep, land perfectly. Nice. Let me think. I think that's, yeah. And then finish off this frame like so. Now I just need to get the last corners done. There we go. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. Alright. No, I didn't want to do that either, now that I think about it. Alright. Now I can finish this up like so. Now, I did bring some glass with me. I think I'm only going to have glass facing the boulevard here. So 1, 2, let me think. 1, 2, 1, 2. And while I'm at it, let me check something in my options here. Video settings, quality. Yeah, so I guess I don't have a connected texture for glass, do I? Alright. Well, at any rate, let's see if I can somehow finish this. Alright. Get my 3 windows up and running. There we go. Didn't want to place that there. Well, getting more of these windows done. And as far as the rest of the walls, although I think I've gotten ideas to where I'm going to put one of my valves, so I might just go ahead and place that last valve on camera. Well, actually, I think what I'm going to do is place a valve down here. That'll work. And then, let me think, the valve is over there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place a valve back here. This valve is going to be for input, and the 2 down at the bottom are going to be outputs. Alright. And now I just need to lay down some stone, some smooth stone, just to finish off the walls. I shall return once I got the walls done. Alright. I'm back. I've grabbed a couple of other things, the coke oven bricks, a couple of redstone torches, and some coal. I figure I'll need them. But first off, before I can actually lay anything else down, I'm going to go ahead and right-click on that, and that's going to give me a tank with capacity for 16 million millibuckets, or 16,000 buckets of liquid. Alright. Now I'm going to make my way down here. I'm going to flip that and set up a redstone torch next to it. Now, I believe I have this set up for future expansion. It is not something I'm going to fret about just yet, setting that up, because I don't have anything that way to put creosote oil into. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and lay down some more liquid ducts. And we've still got my multi-tank here, which is great. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and lay that out to there. Now, this is one bit of ground clearing I am going to do on camera, simply because there's not a lot to do. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and put in my coke oven bricks. There we go. Now I do need to remove that middle block. There we go. And actually, given where that is, I don't really need that, do I? No, I am going to go ahead and flip that around, though. And then I guess I'm about to find out if this is going to work. There we go. Now it's processing coal. Now, I've gone ahead and crafted myself another 26 of these coke oven bricks just so that I can have a second coke oven. Now, it's going to take probably, another minute or so. I mean, really, there are two possibilities. The first is that I get creosote oil out into that pipe and then make its way into this multi-tank here. That's possibility one. Possibility two is that it stays stubbornly in the coke ovens. And really, that's an easy enough fix. I just put a redstone torch there, and I'm good to go. I'm going to check the time on this video, and then I shall return. And as the sun rises over Carthago, I actually went back to Byzantium, gathered a few additional resources, including these oak wood slabs. I've still got the chainsaw. I could have dropped it off in Byzantium, but oh well. Honestly, that chainsaw is... it's not a tool I use all that much anymore. And frankly, it's a tool that's going to get even less use from the next episode on. But this is all setup that I have to do before I can do that. Alright? So first off, I'm going to go to the carpenter here. I'm going to set it up with 3 oak wood slabs in a row like this. That's going to give me a wooden tie. Now, if I actually put the slabs in the carpenter, you can see that it's actually going to start the process of making it, or at least it's supposed to. It may be waiting for power. Oh. Yeah, because I never set that to output power, did I? Oops. Well, now I know. And as you can see, it is now starting to craft wooden ties. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and set down the first of these fabricators right next to it. And then I'm going to set 4 of these wooden ties in there. And that's going to give me a wooden rail bed. And with any luck, that's 3. And then once I get the 4th one done, that should, I hope, pull out of there. It's not pulling. Well, I am going to go ahead and load up the rolling machine with iron. And that's going to craft me some standard rails. In the meantime, I need to run back to Byzantium and grab something. I hope this works. I might even test it off a little bit off camera and then show you what I built. Just want to make sure it's working. Alright, well, here's my final solution. Here's a working system. A Buildcraft wooden pipe. Made like so. 2 wooden planks and a glass in the middle. A redstone engine and a redstone torch. Now I'm sure there's an alternate to this redstone engine that I could have used, but I don't really have the infrastructure for it. For the time being, this does the job. So basically, the wooden ties come out of the carpenter via this wooden pipe into this fabricator, which turns 4 of them into a wooden rail bed. This fabricator then pulls the wooden rail beds from this fabricator as well as the standard rails from this rolling machine, which I'm pulling out manually because I think it's using the standard rails out of this inventory first, and I don't know how quickly they're going to get used. But those combine to make tracks. As you can see, I now have 2 stacks. I'll likely have a few more stacks of tracks once I have more of the creosote oil to make more wooden ties. Basically, at this point, I'm just going to be building more tracks and setting up for next episode. That said, this has been Ingenarius Cuborum. See you next time, everybody.